Yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day. Y'all know the vibes, man. Let's get it. Hope everybody had a great weekend. What's good, Steadfast, Jaden, Sean, Pascal, Timo, Daniel, Matt, Trade Express. What's up, what's up, what's up? Let's get it, y'all. Got a very, very, very interesting week ahead. I'm actually super excited for it, to be very honest. Very, very nice setups, and we have some big data. Definitely going to see a big move this week, in my opinion. Let's get it. How was everybody's weekend? Good? Bad? Ugly? Pretty? So everybody had a good weekend. I'll let a couple more people trickle in here, and we'll go ahead and get going. Give me about 2 seconds. I'm going to take a drink of water, and then we'll rock out. Alrighty, you guys. None of the vibes, man. Let's get it going. For all the new people here, welcome. The way that we structure these Sunday lives is we're going to go over the economic calendar first, then we'll get into NQ, ES, and then the watch list for the week ahead. I'm going to go ahead and make this screen bigger for you guys so it's a little bit easier to see on your end. Pull up this economic calendar and let's get this thing rocking. Alright? So, tomorrow we're going into the week of May 13th. Alright? What's most important here, right? Monday we're good to go. So 13th, tomorrow we're good to go. Big important data is going to be Tuesday, which is going to be PPI. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But the more important data is going to be Wednesday, May 15th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is going to be the Consumer Price Index, right? Very, very, very important data read in terms of the market. Usually see a lot of volatility from it, so definitely look forward to that. Do not swing from Tuesday into Wednesday. That is a big tip I can give you guys. No one knows what's going to happen. Don't think you do. All right? So Tuesday and Wednesday, big days. I just seen Powell popped up on the docket as well. This was not here earlier, but apparently Powell is talking here Tuesday as well. So Tuesday seems to be a big day. I got to look into why he's actually talking. But these are the two biggest days here, Wednesday and Tuesday. Very, very big days here. CPI, PPI, and now I see Powell's talking on Tuesday. So very, very important days there. Definitely see some nice value coming from those data points specifically. Thursday, we have our usual, which is going to be jobless claims. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have PMI, which is at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a couple Fed speakers trickled throughout the day after that. 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11:30, 3:50 right before market close. Friday, nothing really super important. Couple Fed speakers here and there. But the most important days here are going to be Wednesday and Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday and Tuesday. All right? Very, very important days here. Main ones we want to pay attention to are PPI. That'd be number 2. And then number 1 would be CPI. Right? And of course, on Tuesday at 10 a.m. we have J Powell talking. So definitely be aware around that time. I don't know what he's talking about yet, but I'll look into it and get back to you guys. Most important data is Wednesday. That's going to be CPI. Second is PPI on Tuesday with J Powell talking. We'll figure out what that is later in the day. Alrighty, you guys. That's what we got for the week ahead in terms of economic data. Big market movers in terms of CPI, so I'm super excited about that. Let's get into the charts. Without further ado, let's go. Here we are. Right, this is the monthly chart we've been looking at for some time. Closed out last month, I would say pretty bearish, right? But if you notice this month, here we are in May, we're holding relatively strong, right? We're even kind of forming a little flag here, right? Looks something similar to as we seen a little while ago on that consolidation, right? Looks just like a leg up, consolidation, leg up. Here we are in this next consolidation phase here. So in my opinion, this monthly chart, overall structure, still very, very bullish, forming a nice little inside bar here until that previous month's high or low gets taken out. I mean, this is a bullish chart on the monthly, right? And I've said it millions of times, but you guys know when it comes to looking at a chart, most important context is actual structure. So on the monthly chart, we're looking for confluence or conflict, down, and so on, right? So every chart, same concept. We want to look for those confluences or those conflict, right? Weekly chart here, structure-wise, it is bullish, right? We held that previous all-time high resistance, turned support. So the structure here is overall bullish. But I do have some concerns, right? One is the sell-off we've seen from all-time highs, and two is the volume paired with that recent pop we've seen, right? Just put in another higher low here, but this whole pop up, we're not really seeing much volume. Now, that could be from just the earnings, the data we've seen, or even this upcoming week, right? But the bottom line is we don't have volume, right? And if you notice on the way down, we did have nice increasing volume on that sell-off we've seen here. So that is a bit concerning, but overall structure here on this chart is pretty bullish. Pretty bullish. But anything super, super heavy here? Not really. Daily chart's what I really want to talk about here on NQ, and it's for a valid reason, right? Overall structure on this daily is kind of give or take, right? As you guys can see, we formed that little triple top, failure to go higher. We did break this massive uptrend, put in a lower high here, paired it with a lower low, and this is where we're currently trading. So this is a big decision point in the market, right? We're kind of trading back in this big chop zone, but this is like the shit or get off the moment moment for the market, right? So this upcoming week, we do have some very, very, very nice levels to trade from. Last week on Friday, we actually seen a very bearish close up here, right? Monday through Thursday, kind of just seen some little chop action. And then Friday, if we go down here to the 4 hour, you'll see that we popped into a major supply and failed it, right? You guys can see here that this was a major supply. How do we know it's a major supply? Look at what happened last time. Last time we tested this area, pretty much sank over 200 points off of this supply here. So this is how we know it's a very valid supply. Plus we got Friday's reaction. This is the line in the sand moving forward, right? So my focus here is going to be a few things, right? This is a beautiful chart, right? I'm going to uncover it, show you guys my levels. It's a beautiful chart, right? There's a few things that we can do here to provide nice value, right? One, the obvious. If we pull back into this major demand here, right? As you guys can see, this is a very, very, very respected demand, right? If we so happen to see a pullback, right? We pull back into this 18,000, 18,050 area. This is where I'm going to look for a long entry for a relief bounce, right? This is the structure, right? So first initial watch is going to be a relief bounce off that 18,000. In order for us to say, hey, I can be confident in downside continuation, we need to see a break and hold below that 18,000. If we lose that 18,000, that's when the bottom should give out down into the 722, and then below that it's down into the 17,400s. My personal take on the market this week, I think we'll see a move back into all-time highs or back into recent lows. Now, that is a boldy statement, right? I'm essentially saying there's going to be a 3% plus move in the market, right? I'm gonna say that. I'm going to stand on that, right? I'm going to say a 3% move, one way or the other. Right? I'm just going to stick with this 3%. 3% meaning we're going to see a big move. So with that being said, keep an eye on that 18,000, 18,050 for a demand bounce. In order to be confident in that downside continuation, 18,000 needs to be lost. In terms of the upside, right? Clean and clear here. 18,350 is the level we want to watch. That's that major supply I just talked about. So two things we can do here, right? If we push into it again and we show weakness, we can look for a high-risk reject there. But most importantly, if we get above it, right, that is where we can look for a long entry as we have nothing but room back into that 18,500. But once we get back to that 18,500, just look over here. This is just a massive supply, right? Like literally this whole area from like 18.5 to 18.7 is just an absolute massive supply. So this is going to be like a no trade zone for me. Personally, I just don't like the levels through here. I don't like the price action we've seen past. Like if you remember when we were back in the trading this area, price action was not favorable. It was one day green, one day red, too much supply up there. I'm not comfortable trading the upside after that 18.5 unless we get above 18.7. So my game plan is going to be fairly simple. Look for that pullback into 18,000 flat. 18,050 for a relief bounce, or if we do get above 18,350, that's where we can look for a long entry back into 18.5. Above 18.5, I'm out the way. Downside, remember, most important level here is that 18,000. That's the line in the sand moving forward. And yeah, that's what I'm watching here on NQ. Very, very clean chart. Just got to stay patient and wait for this pullback. ES, on the other hand, a little bit stronger. Charts are very similar, right? This monthly chart, similar structure as NQ. Got this little flag, continuation. Here we are kind of forming another little nice flag on the monthly. Overall structure here is definitely a very, very, very bullish, right? Weekly chart, same context. Tested at demand at 49.50. Seen a move back into these highs. Definitely pretty bullish here. Only concern would be the same as NQ, is that low volume we've seen on that pop back up with that little slow momentum that we've seen. Most important chart I want to pay attention to here is this daily. As you can see, we're trading back into a major supply at 52.70. If we go a bit further here down to the 4 hour, you can see that this is a major supply, right? So mindset here on ES is fairly simple, right? Few things we can do here, right? A few things, right? A few things. Number one, let me fix my levels here. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure what happened there. All right, there we go. What I'm watching here on ES, right? Right now, right, this overall chart is pretty bullish, right? We have our higher lows, higher highs, whatever, right? Game plan here is two things, right? One, if we continue to get strong, I want to watch this 5300, 5320 area for a reject, right? That's very doable if we get strong off of CPI or PPI. I definitely want to watch that area for a reject, right? Definitely. Now, on the flip side, I want to zoom in a bit further here so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. We have a big structure here at 52.25, right? You guys can see this was a big structure. So the game plan here is I'm not looking for a relief bounce here, but if we get below 52.25, that should put us down into this 5200, 5180 area. I would be interested in a high risk bounce off that area. My main watch for a demand bounce is going to be this 5150, 5170. So if we do get weak below that 52.25, likely going to see that 5200. Get below 5200, we'll get that 5150, 5170, where we could take that bounce here off of that demand. As you guys can see, this is a very, very, very big demand. Levels here on ES are a bit tricky, right? A bit tricky. Reason being is because just the structure of the chart, right? Like we have this massive supply here at 5280, right? We can visually see that all the way into that 5300 area. So that's a major supply that I'm personally watching for a reject. Second is we're just trading back down into a major demand. We got this 52.25 that we have to break to get to the downside. And then we have this 51.90, 5200, a demand that's trading 20 points lower. And then if we get below 51.88, it's just back down into this other demand. So in my opinion, right, it's going to be a tough bargain for us to get through that, right? So that's why I'm watching specifically that 51.50, 51.70 for a bounce, right? Talk about downside though. Downside, I would be comfortable for in terms of continuation below 51.55. If we get below 51.55, that's where we can say, hey, okay, let's short these pops back down into this 5,000 level ultimately, and that's what I would pay attention to on ES here. Like I said, clean levels. It just we're trading above too much demand right now. Need to see some of these levels get taken out to have confidence in the downside. Upside, like I said, we're just trading back to this major supply, so I'm just not comfortable with either one of these setups, right? It just needs more scalpy conditions, right? More scalpy conditions. How's the quality on your guys' end? I changed some things around. Put a 1 if the sound's good, video's good. Put a 2 if they're not good. I just want to make sure everybody can hear clear and see clear. I know there's a little delay, so I'm going to give you guys a second. What was he talking about? Oh, I'm not sure. Everything good? Cool. Alrighty, since we're talking about ES, let's go and hop over to SPY. So we pretty much covered these higher time frames already, so we'll just get right into the nitty gritty here. As you guys can see, this chart structure is pretty bullish, right? We tested that previous demand at 494, higher low, broke that structure, higher high, flagged, broke out. Here we are again, same concept, right? We got this little leg consolidation, and here we are. So levels that we want to pay attention on SPY for this week. Main level we want to watch is this 518.50, right? 518.50 is going to correlate to that 5200 on SPX. This is kind of the line in the sand. So game plan here is a few things, right? One is if we get weak below 518.50, we could look for those shorts down into 515. 515 is a level we definitely want to pay attention to. That was that big structure from back on the 8th. And also if we zoom out a bit further here, that was a big demand and resistance from that major move down here. So you guys can see this 515 level is extremely credible. So in my opinion, right, what I would look to do is below 518.50, we can look for those shorts down into that 515 area. And then if we get below that 515, that's when we can see that nasty move down into this 511, 512, where we can look for a relief bounce. And that's the game plan here in terms of the downside on SPY. Very clean levels. ES is a little bit choppier, but it's a lot of demand, right? Like we're trading back down into a lot of demand. This 515 level is very important. In my opinion, right? It's a bit high risk going short below 518.50. Much safer would be watch this 515 for a high risk bounce. The higher conviction level would be that 511, 512 for a relief bounce. That's what I would watch here exactly on SPY. This is what my game plan is going to be. Perfect, right? Get below 518.50. That gives us room down to 515. 515 is that massive structure, so we could look for a relief bounce there if we show strength. But the main demand area we're going to watch is that 511, 512. Very simple, very clean. All right? Now, in terms of the upside, this is, like I said on ES, it's just so much supply. But if we get above 522 on SPY, I think we will see a little bit of squeeze action, right? And if we do get that squeeze action, I want to watch that 524, 526 off those previous all-time highs for a reject. In order for me to really say, hey, I'm comfortable trading continuation setups to the upside on SPY, I need to see these all-time highs get taken out. So that's my game plan. That's my mindset. In order for me to be confident trading those long continuation setups, I need to see us above 526, right? That's the ultimate game plan here. If not, I'm going to stick to what I was watching previously. But yeah, nice chart here, nice levels. Just got to be patient, wait for that opportunity. QQQ, right? A little bit trickier chart. But as I spoke about on NQ, there's a few things we can do here, right? Levels are pretty clear, unlike NQ, but 444 to the upside, right? If we get a break and hold above that, we will likely trade back to that 447, 450 area. If we get back in that 450, that's where I'm going to look for that reject off of like 448, 450. Downside, below this 437.50, as you guys can see, this was a big recent structure, right? If we can get below 440, should get that move down into 437. Below 437, I want to keep an eye on this 433, 434 area for a demand bounce, okay? And you guys can see why. This was an absolute huge supply that was broken, and now it's trading as demand. So that's the game plan here on QQQ. Big levels to watch. 433, 434 for a demand bounce. Above 444, we'll see that squeeze back to the 450 area where we can look for that reject. Or if you want a high risk setup, you could watch that short on QQQ below 440. Below 440, we can look to short those pops down into 437.50. If we get below 437.50, that's the real move down into 433, 434 where we can flip long, right? That would be the ultimate game plan here. Like I said, levels are very clear, so I'm excited for it. I am excited for it. Let's see what else we got here. Now we can get into the individual watch list, meaning those individual names I was watching. First things first, we will go ahead and hop into Apple. Let's go ahead and get into Apple. Side note, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. If no one told you, I'm proud of you. That's an extremely hard job. And yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. I hope you enjoyed your day. And yeah, man, shout out to all the moms out there. It's one of the toughest jobs in the world for sure. For sure. There's 414 people in here. We haven't even hit the first like goal yet? What? That's crazy, y'all. That is crazy. That is wild, Jack. That is crazy. Not even gonna lie to you. Not even gonna lie to you. Bam! There we go. Alright, y'all hit it. Cool. Alright, I owe y'all one giveaway right now. Side note, I did get banned on Cash App. Don't know why, but hey, it happened. A little bit pissed about it, but at least they let me withdraw my Bitcoin and my money, so I'm not mad about it. Whatever. Just use Zelle and Venmo now, I guess. Or PayPal. PayPal works. Let me see. Alrighty, let's get into the individual names. Give me 1 second here. Alrighty, cool. Let's get it. Apple. You guys know why I'm watching Apple, right? We had that massive earnings gap up, broke this big downtrend here. Apple still forming this nice little bullish triangle, consolidating above this massive demand. We also have the daily 200 and 100 MA. So the game plan here on Apple is two things. One, we get this pullback into this demand at 178, 179. That's where I'm going to look to take that bounce. Or if we can get above 185, which is essentially Friday's highs, we can look for those pullbacks to go long into 187. Above 187 is a clean shot into 190. Very clean chart, especially if the overall market gets strong. I think Apple will definitely have a field day in terms of the upside. So definitely keep a close eye on these levels I just mentioned on Apple. Next, we have, give me 1 second here. Next, we have Amazon. Amazon. Right, this is another chart I really like for a few reasons. One is this is a chart you just gotta love, right? We had these previous all-time highs at 190, massive psychological level, formed that first top, pulled back, pushed back into it, attempted to break it, failed it, retested, and then closed below it. This is a classic double top, classic failure to go higher. It is in fact a bearish reversal pattern, right? So there's a few ways we can trade this, right? In terms of the downside, we can wait for that structure break, right? As you guys can see here, this 185 level is absolutely massive. Started with resistance, held as support, turned back to resistance, with the support here, resistance, latest interaction was positive, great level, right? So what we can look for is, since we failed these highs at 190, forming that failure to go higher, grabbed a ton of longs up there, I'm sure, right? We can look for that break and hold below 185. Once we pop back into it, we can look for that short entry. This is a free fall down into that 176, 175 area. This is my top watch for a short setup, right? Absolutely love this for a short setup below that 185 level. Now, let's talk about the opposite end here, right? Let's say, for example, right, this 185 level holds. CPI turns out to be good. Amazon holds. If it gets above 192, puts us back into new all-time highs, I think this will be squeeze material back into 200, right? So regardless of what happens this week, I think Amazon's going to be a good name to trade as long as one of these levels is broken. Downside, 185. Upside, 192. That simple. Anywhere in between, no thank you, right? Very, very simple game plan for this, for the week ahead. Very, very simple. Next, we have Disney. Another chart I love. Post-earnings setup. Massive gap down. Now we have a beautiful drop base here. As you guys can see, this is a nice drop, then a base. So the game plan here is two things, right? One, my favorite, right, is if we continue to see weakness, we get that drop base drop, right? If we get that break and hold below 104 here, that'll trigger that daily gap fill and give us room down into this 100 area. So what I want to see here is that break and hold below 104, then we can short those pops down into that 100 area. Absolutely love that. On the flip side, let's say, for example, Disney gets strong. No problem, right? Let's say, for example, it gets strong. If it pushes back to this 109, 110 area, that's where I'm going to look for a reject off that macro supply. Very, very simple levels here. Just got to stay patient and wait for one of them to get broken. That's what I'm watching here on Disney. Next, CRM. Beautiful chart here. Starting to see a nice little base being built here on the daily, as you guys can see. Starting to form a very nice base here. And even more important, at the top of this base, we have a massive resistance at this big psychological level at 280, right? So the game plan here is if we can catch some wind, CRM can get strong. That's a super important component here. If we can get strong on CRM, get back above 280, I will look for those pullbacks to go long, targeting that 286, and then above 286, we have that gap fill in the 292. This is a chart I really like. The only criteria that needs to be met is we need to get above 280 and hold. If we get above 280 and hold, that's where we can look for those long entries, target that 286 and 292. Beautiful chart here. Nice little base being built. Just got to wait for it to get back above that 280 level. And what I recommend is you guys set an alert just like I did so you don't miss it. Next, Nvidia. Another very nice chart here. Seen a lot of strength in Nvidia last week. Not last week, but the week prior. Now it's forming this kind of little bull flag here, leaving us with a great setup, right? So if we go to this hourly chart, right, specifically, it doesn't matter if it's 4-hour, hourly, same thing, right? What I want to talk about is the important levels here, right? First things first, we have a massive demand here at 880, 882. So if Nvidia happens to flip weak and we get below 882, I think that's going to be a snappy move down to the 860. So I like this a lot for a short position, right? On the flip side, let's say Nvidia gets strong. If we can break above Friday's highs, that's where we can look to long those pullbacks back into 922 and then at 940. Nice chart here. Really, really like it. Just need these levels to be confirmed in terms of support turn resistant or resistance turn support so we can define our risk and look to trade from there. But beautiful setups this week. Like I said, super excited for it. Got PPI on Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with J Powell talking Tuesday as well, which is going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Wednesday, which is the star of the week in terms of economic data, we have CPI and retail sales at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So very interesting week ahead. And yeah, man, that's what I'm watching for the week ahead. Covered an absolute ton tonight. ES, NQ, QQQ, SPY, Nvidia, CRM, Disney, Apple, Amazon. Covered a ton, right? I do have a couple extra moments here, so if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask them. Trading, personal, doesn't matter. Feel free to ask it. I will promise you guys I have the Webull video out by Friday. I'm going to give myself some time by Friday. Been super busy, especially with this latest collaboration with Stock Streetwear. And I do want to talk about that briefly. Tomorrow, right? That's when the shirts will release. So for anybody wondering, the shirts will release tomorrow. I can say this confidently. Minties and Minties, I'm gonna say it. You guys obviously will get them for a major discount. If you're on the IG subscription, you will get a discount as well. But yeah, super excited for. I'm actually wearing one of the shirts right now. But take all this away, right? Take all this away, right? Take away this, take away everything, right? What I want to talk about is the quality, right? Listen to me when I tell you guys. Listen clearly. I've owned Amiri. I own Amiri. I own Louis Vuitton. I own Gucci. I own Lanvin. I own fucking everything you think of in terms of designer. Or I have owned it, right? I also own Fruit of the Loom. I also own Goodfellow from Target. I also fucking wear Carhartt. I also wear Supreme, right? There's not a single one of those I listed that comes close in terms of quality, right? I don't care which one you name. I literally, right, if you go to their website, I wear one of their shirts every single day. Every single day. Every single day. When I go to the gym, I usually wear one of the crew necks, but every single day I have one of these shirts in rotation. 5 days a week. Obviously, I have my shirts that haven't came out yet, but yeah. So in total, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus my line. They have like 7 total. Literally every single day of the week, I'm wearing one. Do I own a Rolex? Yes. I have a date. I have a Cartier, Santos. I have an AP Royal Oak. I have a Patek 5711, and I have a Rolex Day. The only one I'm missing that I want is a Richard Mille, which I'll have it by the end of the year, for sure. Sweatshirts are listen to me, guys. I don't get paid for any of this. I don't even have an affiliate link. I'm paying for this out of my pocket, right? I want you guys to understand that. The cost for the shirts, if you go to the website, right, quality is absolutely insane. That's perfect. Lo, I'm glad you asked that. I've washed these shirts 15 plus times, and they're like brand new. Perfect. I was hoping somebody asked that. 15 plus times. I've had, say for example, right, these right here, right? These have a lot of design on them, right? This one right here, A lot of design, a lot of design. This is stitched. This has a lot of design on it. It's literally like brand new, right? Literally, I've washed it 15, maybe 20 times. I don't do anything special. I throw the bitch in the dryer. I throw it in the washer. I throw it in the dryer. Boom, right? Like literally when I tell you guys, I even paid for them myself. I don't get them for free. I pay for them, right? They are the most comfortable clothing you'll ever wear in your life, hands down. Like I said, I've owned everything from Fruit of the Loom to Hanes to anything you can name. Nothing compares. It is the most comfortable clothing ever. Period. Like when you put this hoodie on specifically, or this hoodie here, or this hoodie, like you're not gonna want to take it off. Like if you're a guy and you have a girl and you give her one of these, you're not getting it back. It's that comfortable. It's like I don't know how to explain it. Like the material when you feel it, it's like I don't know. It's like something in it. I don't know. It's just insanely comfortable. Even the shirts, right? But most important, right? We're all traders. The reason I collaborated with them, right? The reason I collaborated, one is I'm really close with the guy who owns it. I don't want to put him out there publicly because he didn't put himself out there publicly, but he's worked for me for a long time, right? One of my very, very good friends. We were working together for like 4 years. We had an idea, right? And he wanted to do something by himself. He's a graphic designer. And we sat down one day and we said, hey, man, there's nothing we can wear that represents us as traders, right? Say, for example, if you want to buy something right now in terms of clothing, a shirt, or anything, right? If you go to anywhere, just type in, say, stock market related clothing. It's going to pull up a candlestick. It's going to pull up some corny ass bull shirt, some corny ass bear shirt, right? There's nothing fashionable we can wear as traders that represents what we do or what we love, right? So when they asked me to collab, I said, perfect. This is my opportunity to give us traders something fashionable to wear that represents what we love to do, right? And that was my whole mindset going into it. That's why I created the SPX Deen, right? Only us as traders know what SPX is. It's about as most Deen as you can get, right? This is an absolute fire shirt, right? If you threw, for example, right? If you threw, say, for example, a Miri right here, guess what? Everybody and their mother would buy this shirt out. Why? Right? Because it says Amiri. And there's an absolute fire design. And the quality is through the moon. Right? They would. But since it doesn't say Amiri, they're like, SPX, right? But it's a fire design. Like, you can wear this out and not say, oh, da, da, da. People are going to compliment you on the shirt. And when you put the shirt on, it's so comfortable, you're not going to want to take it off. Right? Like, if I could literally give every one of you guys one of these shirts or hoodies for free just so you can try it on, I want you to have it. Right? I literally want you guys to have one. Right? Like that's it. Like they're absolutely fire. Whether you're lounging in it, you're wearing it out, put the motherfucker on. You're not gonna take it off. But yeah, man. But yeah, tomorrow, mine specifically will launch that SPX Deen. One of my favorites is this one because this is at my actual car. Right? This is my car I have in Florida. That's my Lambo Huracan, the Evo Spider. Yeah, so this shirt means a lot to me. That's my actual car, and yeah, pretty dope. One more is this playlist. This was fire. This is like a funny one, but even then, it's a fire shirt. You know what I mean? It's a fire shirt. I got a question. Does anybody here own anything from them? Stock Streamer? Do a merch giveaway? You didn't read the post. See? Saint Gutta. That's how I know you don't read what I post on Instagram. The very first time I mentioned this, I said I was going to do a massive giveaway. So you don't read, man. Reading is fundamental. Reading is fundamental. But yeah, man. I owe you guys a giveaway, so let's go ahead and hop into that. But let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's super dope. Super dope. How hard was it to make my first? It wasn't hard at all. I got super lucky. As soon as I started trading, I made 1,000 quick. Then I lost it all times 40. Oh, coins, you do? Nice. See, look, Coins even said it himself. He has the whole first collection they dropped. It's insane quality. I'm telling you, bro. I don't know what they put in it. Obviously, it doesn't show it on the tag. It has their label. But, bro, the quality of these shirts is absolutely next level. Absolutely next level. Oh, shit, my fan just turned on. Can you guys hear it? Jovan, just send me a DM, man. Did you? All you gotta do is DM me on Discord or comment on my latest Instagram post. If you did that, you're golden. If I didn't get back to you, just do it right now. Can you guys hear that fan? I know it's probably loud. How hard is it to make your first million? First million was pretty hard. It's just like, you know, you guys have heard it before. Your first 1,000 is hard. Your first 10K is hard. Your first 50K is hard. Your first 100K is hard. But the second's easy, right? Once you get money, it's easier to make money, right? Because that money starts working for you. That's the whole goal, right? Make money, make that money work for you. It's loud. Oh, shoot. I'll turn it off then. Yeah, that's my AC unit. I moved my setup around, but I'm going to have to move it back because it's just too loud, apparently. Yeah, my mic is very close to it. That's why. I didn't think it was going to be that loud, but apparently it is. All right, let's do this giveaway, and I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Let's see. Nah, we're good. I'm about to hop off anyway. What can we make it? How often do I review my... Every weekend. Every single weekend. I journal 5 days a week, and I review it on the weekend. I'll never stop journaling. That's the only way that I'm going to get better, and that's the only way that you're going to get better. Hands down. Yeah, let's get all the bots out of their way. If you want to enter, journal. Bam. There we go. If you're subscribed to my YouTube, you got double the chances. Let's get it. I'm going to let this run for about 45 seconds. Let's go. Let's get it. All you got to do is type journal one time in the chat. You're good to go. But I'm in, man. Got a big week ahead. Super excited. Yeah, get to it. Get to it. Get to it. There's 312 people in here. Interesting. Interesting. Pascal, you can. It's just like, you know, holding shares. All right, 5 seconds. Here we go. Ready? Bada bing, bada boom. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Good luck. Chris Chambers. Just took your name down. Please type in the chat as soon as possible so you can lock in the win. Where you at? Chris. I'd love to see it, man. He's been attending lives for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. About 15 lives. That's what's up, man. Appreciate the support, excuse me. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Mentees, I'll see you guys bright and early for some live trading. Y'all know the vibes, man. And yeah, Chris, unfortunately I don't have Cash App anymore, but as long as you have Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, one of them, just comment on my latest Instagram post or DM me on Discord if you have me as a friend. And yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good to go. Once again, appreciate every single one of you guys for taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it. Seriously, especially on Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms out there. You are appreciated. No one has told you. You're doing a great job. You're killing it. Keep killing it. All right? Y'all have a good one, man. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow for some live trading. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Good night, everybody.